Alright guys, I'm back again, bro. I was supposed to do this video yesterday, but I just didn't feel like going to the gym yesterday. Who cares? And a lot of you will probably overthink such a simple situation, you know, and think, oh no, I'm atrophying because I didn't go to the gym for a day. Like, God bless, bro. Get over yourself. Like I said, my programming isn't exact. Like, there's days I may train something every 3 days or every 4. Sometimes could be every 2, just depends. Like I said, usually I train every other day, so up like lower or legs would end up being every 4 days, right? Usually. But there's times where I end up going back-to-back sessions, and where it's like a upper lower rest, or however, it just depends. It's never an exact, right? So it just turned out to be a situation where I just came off a legs and then an upper and then rested. So I had legs, which would have been yesterday. I was like, I don't really feel like going to the gym. And I just didn't go. So here I am today. Finna do legs. All right, now I'm completely unaware of how often I've shown myself doing free weight 45s on YouTube. I don't know, but any of you that don't know, guys, this is a hamstring exercise. It's a hamstring exercise. God bless. It's not a back extension. This is hip extension. It's hip extension. The primary function here is hip extension. Okay, if you notice how I'm doing these, you do not see my back extending at all. This just goes to show how blind people are, bro. And that you guys, like, this is one of the prime examples right here of people that just regurgitate things they hear. Literally. They just see this Roman chair and see someone doing an exercise on it and automatically call it a back extension. But if you watch me do this, I'm not extending my back at all. If you actually looked, you would see I'm doing hip extension, because the degree of my hip changes. My hip angle changes. So it's like, yeah. Looking good. Appreciate you, brother. So it's like, y'all obviously don't really look at anything much. But so if you are someone that has an issue with your back here, stop extending it. Okay? You'll notice that people come in here, and so, like, if you think of a stiff leg deadlift, bro. Like, if I'm in here, boom, I'm here and I'm back to here. Like, I'm using my hips. I'm not really getting to where I'm doing this. You'll see a lot of times when people do the free weight 45s, call it back extension. If you look at this from a stiff leg deadlift perspective, if I'm here, they end up doing this. And it's exactly why they feel their back all the time. And realistically, if you were to keep your spine neutral, you would feel your back more in a banded 45 than you would in a free weight 45. If you were to keep your back neutral, okay? So that's why this makes no sense to me when people be like, oh, this is a back exercise. How, dude? I don't feel my back at all when I do this. And people will be like, well, your back still works. Okay, bro. All right, bro. Like, that's just the cope people like to try to use, but okay, bro. But anyways, that's that. We got that out of the way. But we'll have some topics that I'll just pull off my phone. You know, nothing new. Sorry, guys. I didn't write nothing down. Whatever, bro. But it's okay. I'll get to yap some more today, and we'll see how today goes. Yeah. Oh, well, this is a PR, by the way. I actually did this last session for 2 1/4, or not 2 1/4, 2 3/4. So I want to see if I can get this for 3 full respectable reps here. So 3 full respectable reps. Got my 3. That's 0 in reserve for sure. I would not have been able to do a 4th full rep. even no matter how you think it looked, I would not have done a fourth full rep, okay? A lot of you that do not know how to gauge reps in reserve, especially when you look at other people's forms and everything, a lot of you fail to comprehend resistance profiles. A lot of you. Okay, so again, it comes down to a lot of you just regurgitate stuff. Bro, this is extremely heavy from the bottom. Extremely heavy. So I don't think you guys understand how hard it is to pick it up off the ground. And again, we're doing hip extension here. So this is literally my hamstrings. Literally hamstrings. I'm not using my back at all with this, okay? So, considering, like I said, how heavy it is at the bottom, I would have hit a wall if I tried to get it about an inch or two off the bottom going into that fourth rep. It wouldn't have got back to a full rep like the other 3 reps. So, no point in chasing that. You just got to know when to shut it. And also understand that all of your reps in reserve may not feel the same, bro. Like, this 3 reps felt different than, like, I actually did 3 full reps. And the last time I did this, it was like 2 3/4, right? And this was like I said, this felt stupid smooth. I'm sorry guys, I'm just yapping. I don't know. But it'll come to a situation where it's like, okay, it can get to a point where I can end up doing this for like 3.5 maybe, or 3, and like the reps will end up feeling different. Okay. And that's why me personally, I enjoy just adding a little more weight instead of trying to push another rep, because it takes longer for you to add a rep than it would take like for me to just throw a cookie on here and still get 3 reps with a cookie. You know how long it would take for me to get to 4 reps here? I mean, probably not that long, but like I can add a cookie here sooner than I can add a rep, that's for sure. But understand your reps in reserve is not always going to feel the same. So, like, there's no point in fighting that. That's just unnecessary fatigue there. Like I said, I feel good. I'm not exhausted after this set. As compared to last time. So, all right, moving on. All I need is 1 set, because I'm gonna do 1 set here with hamstrings, 1 set hip extension. I'm gonna do a set with knee flexion, so some leg curls. I'm gonna go from there. I don't really feel like doing a second set of hip extension, so moving on. All right, I'm actually gonna stay here and do banded 45s. We'll look to do 2 sets of that. Sorry, I'm posting something right now. I didn't make a post yet today on Instagram or TikTok, so let me get my daily post out of the way for the sake of consistency, Now, let me kind of throw something out there with, like, I guess, somewhat of a programming tip, I guess. So, this frontal and sagittal plane pull, alternating or keeping exercises the same across, like all that stuff is, it's such a dumb argument, bro. Okay, because here's the thing. You can't really show a significant difference. Okay. 2, even then, the most optimal thing you could do is just do both in the same session. You could. If you wanted to, you could. If you wanted to take it that route, do both in the same session. If you wanted to, that's fine. Do you have to? No. If you want to do frontal plane only, fine. And if you want to do the sagittal plane the next session, fine. Okay. But I think the argument is it's a really bad argument to act as if you're just going to atrophy because you don't do the same exact pull all the way across. Because then it's going to come down to, okay, so when it comes to your next mesocycle, are you like, what's the plan then? You just sat there and did, let's say, frontal plane for 8 weeks. Okay. What are you going to do from now? Are you going to do sagittal plane? And then I guess go 8 weeks just doing sagittal only? Because now what? All your lower lat fibers have been atrophy, if this is the argument that y'all are having. So it's like, what? I'm confused. Where is the argument going? Why is it an issue to alternate? Okay. So you would rather alternate between mesocycles instead of just alternating across session? Because again, if that's the case, you kind of end up defeating your own argument. Okay. So again, it's a pointless argument. If you want to stick to the same, like I said, I kind of do, just because I'm lazy, I'll just go do a lat pull down and call it a day. There's not any machines in here that I can just walk in and do for a row and be fine with it without having to put a bunch of plates on it. Like I wish there was a machine in here that I didn't have to walk up and put a bunch of plates on just to load it. So it gets to a point like, okay, I'm gonna just go do a regular lat pull down, whatever. But if I was in a gym where, hey, they had a nice row and a pull down, I might alternate each session. I probably wouldn't feel like doing both in the same session. So how you choose to do that, dude, it's totally up to you, but don't make it a big deal. Because again, progressive overload, especially considering a lot of y'all's training age is knee-high to a duck, y'all are gonna be fine, bro. Focus on progressive overload. It's the same as like, okay, if you wanna alternate your flat chest press and the incline chest press, fine, who cares? That's totally fine, you know? Same with here, it's like, oh, hey, different regions, you're doing, okay, I mean, yeah, so what? I'm going to do the hip extension and knee flexion today. That's just how I feel. But there's times where it's like, okay, I'm going to do hip extension one day and knee flexion the next day. It's not that deep. But again, best case scenario, do both. You can do a set, like I said, today I'm doing a set here and a set over there. You know, if you want to do a set of frontal plane and a set of sagittal plane pulls, fine, feel free. But it's going to get to a point where a lot of the maximizing that y'all are trying to do is kind of defeating the purpose because you can't really maximize everything. It doesn't really make sense. I'm seeing a lot of splits being made where there's way too many total sets in the session. And it's like, okay, so you're, again, defeating your own argument. How are we maximizing hypertrophy? I'm watching way too many sets and some of the stuff y'all are doing. A lot of programs that I'm kind of seeing is like y'all are overdoing. Y'all are kind of overdoing. But I like genuinely, I kind of wish that a lot of you younger guys stop overcomplicating all this stuff and just get stronger. Like I'm speaking to you guys from like a coach's perspective. I don't like a lot of this stuff is so small it doesn't even matter. It literally doesn't. But like, it's okay. I don't know. Y'all can do as y'all please. Because again, I'm always just tell you do as you please, bro. If that's what you enjoy doing, enjoy it, bro. As long as you know there's going to be no significant difference with all the maximizing you're trying to do because you end up doing too much anyway. But let's get this set out of the way. This is probably going to be rough. This might be rough. That's rough. Oh, that's rough. Okay. We'll do 2 sets here. Call it a day. All right. So, let me also point something out with like volume. Especially considering a lot of people talk about maximum recoverable volume. Do your maximum recoverable volume. That's overrated. Because if you sit there and try to do the max amount of volume for every single thing, again, like I said, you're not going to maximize everything at the same time. So you're going to have to kind of pick and choose how much volume you can place on everything. And also it's going to depend on the exercise selection as well. Because there are some things that can be a lot more taxing than something else. Like, there's not a chance that I would do 3 sets of a squat. I'll do 3 sets of leg extensions long before I'll do 3 sets of a squat. You'd be delusional to think I'd do 3 sets of a squat. I wouldn't even do 2. Like, I barely would do 2. Barely. So, or even like, let's say, like RDLs, if we're talking glutes or something, like RDLs, bro, that's 1 set. For me, that's 1 set, because I'm sitting at 6 plates and a quarter and some change. Like, that's 1 set, bro. I'm not doing 2 sets of RDLs. That is 1 set. All right. And like I said, once you get stronger and you progress over time, you're going to start realizing, like, a lot of y'all are still young. A lot of y'all are young, so y'all get away with all of this kind of higher volume type stuff and talking about maximizing everything. Y'all get away with it right now. Wait till y'all actually get stronger. It's not a chance. So what was I saying? Dang, what was I saying? Bro just walked in front of the camera and pointed at me and everything. Don't be one of those guys that get upset at people walking through your camera, guys. It's a public gym. But I lost my train of thought for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't do, like, I'm doing 1 set of RDLs, bro. And then let's say like hip thrust, I may do 2 sets of a hip thrust. You know, that's not as bad as an RDL. That's not as taxing as an RDL. 3 would be a stretch. I'd do something single leg, probably, for the 3rd set in that case. But let's say here, like I can do 3 sets of this. I'd do 3 sets of this. Cool. You know, obviously more volume would equal more growth, but it's to a given extent. Like people watch me do 1 set for a lot of stuff and it's like, why are you only doing 1 set? Because I can. I want to. Like, especially like upper body, I already tell y'all, like, dude, a lot of stuff is going to be 1 set regardless. I don't care how y'all feel. Why are y'all worried about me? I already made posts about choosing your own volume preference. Like, you'll be fine between 4 to 10 sets in a week, total sets. So why are you coming to me with the amount of sets that I'm doing? It makes no sense. So, down the road, when y'all, like I said, y'all get stronger, y'all are further in y'all's training age, it's going to make more sense for y'all to bring some of that volume down if you're doing somewhat higher volumes. Like, there's not a chance that I'd be doing anything 5 or 6 sets in a session right now. There's just not a chance. I lift way too heavy for all of that. And then I got other muscle groups to train as well. It makes no sense. You guys have to understand that you're training other muscle groups as well. And you want to be able to get something relevant for those muscle groups as well. So it's like, y'all see a lot of stuff and wonder how I'm pretty strong with them when I show them. It's like, I mean, I'm kind of not doing that many sets. Like, fatigue for me is really not an issue. If we want to be real, fatigue for me is not an issue. Because I'm not doing stupid taxing stuff. Like, I'm not doing really high reps. I'm not doing a high number of sets on everything. The movements that I choose are not very taxing. Like the free weight 45, that wasn't really much. Probably didn't feel like much either because I only did 3 reps. So it's like, I mean, I'm kind of cool, I'm straight. But relatively, I guess it is somewhat of a taxing movement. Like if we compared 3 sets or 3 reps of a free weight 45 compared to like 3 reps of a leg curl, I would say the free weight 45 may be a little more taxing than the leg curl, of course. But the maximum recoverable volume thing, it's like, you just guys have to understand, dude, that's, man, I don't know. Maybe y'all just got to live and learn. You got to live and learn. Because again, I'm at a point now, bro, I'm not worried about maximum recoverable volume. So that's okay. I guess it's not exactly a big deal. Like I said, especially considering a lot of y'all are younger and newer to the gym. But when you get stronger, you'll understand, bro. Y'all aren't lifting much of nothing right now anyway. I think what I'll do, I'll go with 2 sets here and maybe a set of abduction. I could do 3 sets here, but I might go a set of abduction maybe. I don't know, just because. Or I can just stay here, rest, and do a 3rd one. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just end it right here. I'll do a 3rd set here, whatever. We'll give it a break. I just won't record it. But we'll do leg extensions next. So.
Alright, I'm gonna do leg extensions first and then we'll leg it. We'll do leg curls first and then go leg. I had it planned to play with some squats today, but I'm running behind because I locked my keys in the car. Now, I have a push to start. So usually if your key is still in the car has, if you pull on a handle or something, but my key was just in a bad spot, and I guess it wasn't detectable. So I had to call a locksmith. So I'm not worried about squats. We're gonna knock out 2 bars, say 2 bar sets at least into the call it a day, probably. So what we'll end up going, leg curls, leg extensions, adductions. And I already did calf raises at the beginning. I just don't feel like that's something I want to afford all the time. But anyways, I got this pinned. Doing with 25 today. Last time I was here, I had a 45, but it was a little earlier in the session. This is hoist. They have this dookie setup of a leg curl with a shin pad. Um, they have two leg curl machines in here that both have shin pads. People ask me, oh, how come you use hoist machines? I don't know. Did you ever think this? Because I'm in a gym where there's hoist machines. Did you ever think of that? Anyways, let's get this out of the way. Ooh. All right. Could do two sets here, honestly, but I don't feel like it. He said I can throw a set in on. Well, no, because I'd be doing upper body tomorrow, so that's gonna squirrel with my schedule. How I would do every other day training. Sorry, we'll get back on track, Rich. Okay. All right, so here we are. Leg extensions. Next topic. Considering I just made a post yesterday about it. Ego lifting, guys. Ego lifting. Yeah. Um, I get a lot of DMs about, oh, hey, can you look at my form? Can you check my form? I'm not looking at none of that, guys. I just want to make sure y'all understand that. I'm not looking at none of that. All right. Y'all tag me in the videos, whether Instagram or TikTok, and it's about rate my form or give me any critiques. I'm not doing it, though. I'm not doing it. I'm a coach. I have clients that I do that for. So, yeah, no. But the stuff that I do see on the internet that I may be tagged on a certain video and I'm looking, yeah, a lot of y'all's form does suck. It does suck. But the thing is, it isn't an issue exactly with just ego lifting. There was already an issue with your form for you and ego. Like there's some of you that already had bad form before the ego. Okay, and again, like I was saying, y'all are posting these looks on social media, so you should have, you're using a certain amount of load for people to look at. It's like, oh, he's losing so much weight. Like people that know better, bro, are gonna call out, oh, hey, this is ego. People that know better. Okay? Because it's broad day how bad a lot of y'all's forms are. Okay. Um, but again, it's not always the ego itself. Like some of you already had bad form, and then all you did was add more load with the bad form. It's not doing you any favors, bro. As I've said before, your body adapts. So, like, if you've ever had injuries that you've overcome by getting stronger, you can also create some injuries by putting yourself in some pretty awkward positions and loading it consistently, and your body's going to adapt to it. And hey, if you ever wonder why your spine starts looking a little different, it's your fault. Mhm. Um, What's how the body adapts? It's going to be good or bad. It adapts. So best advice for you: load it. I won't even allow my clients to do all the stuff y'all do. It's like, hey, bro, like I see like when the clients forward stuff and send them to me, and I look, and I get it. Like, hey, they want to be strong, and I also know who I am. Like, oh, hey, I'm sending the videos to Coach Monday, and I gotta look strong. Nah, nah, bro. I literally straight up tell her, like, hey, you got to come down, bro. Bring that down. Yeah. And then we can work back up a little bit better. Like, hey, let's progress with good form. If you want to do 3-4 reps, that is fine. If your form sucks with it, you're not really doing 3 to 4 reps. Because if I put you in a position where we have clean reps, you're not doing 3 to 4 reps with that level. You're not. You just would. So, again, I'll see the stuff that I'm doing. And you're not seeing stuff that I'm doing with bad form. Like, I standardize good form. Like, some of you are standardizing bad. Um, and it's like, oh, hey, I'm just progressing how I'm doing with bad. Let's mix this in. So let's make some adjustments, guys. Drop the egos a bit. Okay. Work on your form. Get your form right. And also, that's why I'm a coach. I have people that come to me literally because, hey, they ask why, oh, hey, I'm not reversing such and such. I'm following everything that you're, posting. Well, as soon as they send me their first workout videos and I'm looking at what they're doing, well, yeah, your form is kind of out of whack, you know. So, that's one of the reasons why I definitely don't reply to people that's like, oh, hey, can you check my form out? No, no. I have people that I literally take care of. So, anyways, drop the ego, guys. Because I hate this, like, essentially, because the range of motion is so limited, but it is what it is. Ooh, shucks. We'll do 2 sets, and then we'll play with adductions. Um, all the day. I can record a second set here. I'll just yap a little bit more. We'll record a second set. All right, so we've also recently posted about like hamstrings, building some pretty strong and durable hamstrings. People wonder like how I'm able to do free weight 45s with the amount of load I'm doing. And to me, it doesn't seem like much because the range of motion isn't much. So like it doesn't bother me at all. Right? So it's like some people's like, oh, the back of my knees. Like what do you do with the back of your knees? It's like, I mean, you can bend your knees. Come on, can we use some critical thinking? If obviously a straight, like if a fully extended knee is bothering you, bend it a little. This like bro, that stuff's not done. Okay. It was like, bro, I've improved my hamstrings over the course of the last 3-ish years. It's probably about 3 years. Where it's like, all right, man, I like high school, college, so before the 3 years. Um, bro, I used to pull a hammy like seemed like every other weekend. Though of course it wasn't every other week. But I pulled a hamstring often. I have really tight hamstring, so I was just not capable of doing certain ranges of motion with stuff. Like I was one of the people that used to just couldn't touch their toes. I barely could touch my shins. I could barely reach down and touch my shins. But now I'm at a point now, like if I wanted to just bring my nose to my knees, I can bring my nose to my knees too. And that's because of how much I've progressed my hamstrings. But in the post that I did show a study that talked about optimal muscle lengths. So considering if you can get certain things more flexible, so like we're talking hamstrings, for example, that can probably benefit you. It could benefit you. You're going to end up having a better optimal muscle mass. Okay. So you like range of motion, like it's harder for you to get hurt. It's harder for you to get hurt because you have access to more range of motion. So you're not stuck with this portion here where it's like, oh, if you get outside of this, so if you ever get outside of this, oh, you're hooked. Right? Like for me, I'm doing free weight 45. It's kind of hard for me to hurt myself because this is the range of motion that's playing. Right? But I've been in ranges of motion where it's like here, you know? So in situations like hamstrings, I would like how I approached it, bro. I didn't just look to get strong in one range of motion, like that particular range of motion. I played with different ranges of motion than that by far. Like by far. Not even like that's not even the hard range of motion for me. The stiff that freeway 45 was literally from here. It's literally right here. That's literally good. That's like 90 degrees. That's nothing. Yeah. If that bothers you, your hamstrings suck. Gotta be honest, your hamstrings suck. Yeah. Um, so I feel like for not exactly this, it's not a direct. I wouldn't say it's a direct correlation with hypertrophy. Okay. Like I wouldn't say that because you're more flexible, you build more muscle. But if you are more flexible, like if you have access to a bit more range of motion, that will do you more favors than not. Okay, and like the hamstring situation. Sorry for me to hurt myself there. Like let's say chest. if you're able to, I mean, access from here pretty good. Well, let's say if you're even able to get further back, which I mean, yeah, but like it's harder for you to hurt yourself. Like if you look to train deeper ranges of motion and you get stronger in those deeper ranges of motion, I don't mean just focus on the stretch and you're using the same load for months and like years. I mean like actually increasing load. Then yeah, you're gonna have a hard time getting hurt with shorter range of motion. Yeah, because you don't need an excessive range of motion to build muscle, right? Like your brain isn't like, oh hey, like based on the range of motion, I need to allocate more motor units. You're like, it's hamstrings. Like that 3.5 is a good spot for hamstrings. Okay. Leverage wise and everything, it's a great spot. So it's not like you need to be a lot deeper for him. So nothing's wrong with getting flexible. So anyways, let's get this out of the way. I know for me, my quads suck. I've been too lazy to improve flexibility for quads, which I need to really do. Um, but yeah, it's just harder to hurt yourself if you have access to more range of motion. Let's put it like that. Yeah, people get hurt because they end up in range of motions that they're weak in. It's really as simple as that. So if you get stronger and deeper ranges of motion, you create access to that. Harder to hurt yourself in that. Same thing with like the bicep curls. People are like, oh, dude, you're gonna tear your bicep out. Ow, bro. Like, explain how. Don't talk to me about what you've seen other people get hurt with doing. I've progressed that kind of stuff. I consistently load full elbow clutch. So yeah. Anyways, let's go finish with adductions. So adductions, now kind of similar to hamstrings. Sure. I found that uh, when I improved in flexibility with my adductors, this made my adduction progression a lot smoother. I wouldn't say it's as I probably wouldn't rank it as much of a deal as like the hamstring movement, but it definitely feels a lot better to be able to open this up all the way and comfortably do it and load it heavy. Like when I used to be fairly stiff with the inside of my hips as well. Yeah, I wasn't opening this up all the way and comfortably, comfortably doing the eccentrics and everything. Like it wasn't comfortable, but improving the flexibility with that, it's pretty smooth. Um, so I think flexibility is somewhat overlooked. Again, I don't think it's not something that directly correlates to hypertrophy, but being able to be comfortable in the range of motions that you're loading, I mean, why wouldn't you want to be comfortable? So I find that being able to standardize your range of motion is pretty good. And especially, like I said, there's context. It depends what we're talking about, too. I know for this, like I said, adductions, hey, why not, dude? Why not look to progress how wide you can take this, And depending on the circumstance, why not look to improve the flexibility there and like with other movements that you keep playing with. And same thing if I were to load like external rotation for glutes, if glutes are an issue, why not? I posted a YouTube video, I think it was like my second one. It was like some flexibility tips, and I did some external rotation in that video, so you can check that out. It was like, hey, I have some clients. It was like, hey, that's something that we kind of have. Like, I have clients with some lower back issues and back issues. Like, I have one. These dudes had like three bulging discs. But you know what we still do? We do Jefferson curls. We still do all the stuff, bro. And we just we strengthen his erectors, strengthening everything that supports his spine. And he's in a far better spot than he once was.
But I feel like a lot of people just ignore strengthen the supporting cast. So yes, of course you want to look to strengthen your erectors themselves, but look to strengthen your hips as well. Okay, like your glutes. To strengthen your glutes. To strengthen the different functions of the glutes. All you gotta do is Google functions of the glutes and you'll find those particular functions. Load them and progress them. You can also look up things that have to do with internal rotation. You can strengthen that. So, yeah, flexibility is kind of overlooked. Honestly, I have no clue what I'm talking about today. I like this. This might have been more random than last time, but whatever. At least I'm talking, I guess. Let's get this working set out of the way. I got this full stack. We got two. We got a pin on here and 2 plates. And it's sort of been fun. See, this is comfortable. This is as wide as it can get. Nice. I'm pretty comfortable, by the way. Okay. We'll do 2 sets here. That was rough. Last time I did this, I did like 5 or 6 reps, but I guess this order of my stuff today is a little different than my last like that. But yeah, it is somewhat underrated to be able to be comfortable in the range of motions that you love. Okay. So yeah, drop the ego, get you a little more range of motion, get stronger with a more respectable range of motion and standardize that instead of standardizing that. Flexibility, depending on the context, it can be pretty cool to have in that. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Let me check my phone a bit. Uh-oh. We're looking at some Carter extension stuff. TNF and scientifically jacked. Let's see. All right, well, they're not talking about much. The Carter extensions, bro. If you want to do them, bro. If you want to do them. Like I've been getting asked about that for months. There's nothing to that extension that's just making that significantly better than just doing a regular extension, bro. If you want to do it, good for it. If you don't know what the Carter extension is, I guess it's like you have the cable and imagine this is the pole. You're pretty much, your arm is against the pole like here and you're doing an extension. So you're kind of facing the other way. But I mean, dude, it's really, you cannot show me that there's going to be any real benefit to just doing that versus just a regular extension. It doesn't matter. So if it's something you want to do, that's fine. I wouldn't promote it as if it's just something better. Because again, you got pole behind your arm. Poles behind your arm. It's like doing preacher curls with the pad above your arm. But like I said, I don't have a problem with the extension itself. I only have a problem when people like I said, like over hype stuff. A lot of my issues come when people overhype stuff, overcomplicate stuff. That's like I said, a lot of stuff that I look at from a coach's perspective. So you got a lot of these guys on social media. They became coaches because of social media. Like they post their workout and stuff on there, and they see people start asking them questions, and all of a sudden they become a coach, and they have no clue how to coach anybody. It's like, well, hey, I have results. I have people that's following me. I'm gonna become a coach. Like that's literally what the majority of social media fitness is. I was a coach before I got on social media. So like, yeah, I'm sure of course there's other people that's like me, but like I look at things different. Like I look at things a lot differently than most of, I guess, other people look at. You know, if I don't find there to be any significant difference or any type of relevance for, I'm not worried about it because it's not going to matter. Because you got to understand,
Everybody's just not in the most optimal environment anyway. I don't care how much you're trying to maximize stuff. A lot of you that talk about maximizing hypertrophy, y'all don't have a life. Y'all don't have a life, bro. Y'all are kids, probably go to school. Some of you might be in college, don't do anything. Like, y'all don't have a life. Okay. But there's people that I like coach. I have single moms and 2 or 3 kids, and 2 jobs. We don't come in here talking about maximizing hypertrophy. We make our program as optimal as we can. Yes, we can still look to make our program as optimal as we can. But like, I don't know. I look at them too. And I guess I understand where a lot of y'all come from. Y'all are younger and y'all are newer and y'all want to build as much muscle as possible. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get 3, 4, 5 years from now. It's not going to matter. Y'all are going to look back and be like, oh, I mean, that probably did matter. You know, just relax, guys. Like I said, a lot of y'all are like, oh, man, just relax. Relax. Trust me. I've been younger too, wanting to maximize everything. But you guys just got to look at things from a different perspective. I don't know. I don't got any other topics. Like I said, I don't. I got to still look to write stuff down, bro. So let me just do this set out of here. It's getting late. I have things to do. So. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, like I said, bro, a lot of y'all just don't have a life, bro. When you become an adult, well, I don't have much of a life either, but like I said, I train people that have like lives. So I understand people that work 2 jobs, people that have a family, people that have like a lot of things to do, you know. Y'all will soon understand, bro. But hey, for right now, like, why y'all have no life? Sure. Maximize hypertrophy as much as you would. Either way, it's not going to matter. Because, like I said, most of the maximizing that y'all are doing are just kind of throwing off y'all's programming anyway. It makes y'all's programming less optimal. Like I said, I see way too many sets in some of y'all's exercises or some of y'all's sessions. So it's like defeating the purpose, honestly. It's not very well balanced. Let's put it like that. Some of y'all stuff is not well balanced. But then you'll probably say, oh, well, we're trying to maximize certain. Okay. But, yeah, I got nothing else. Oh, my gosh, dude. So, stuff I be talking about, bro. It's like, so TNF posted about the Carter extensions and he gave his take on it. I commented, I said, I'm going to continue to ignore this one. And someone comments to me, so they are not good, right? And just ignore it. Well, no, I'm going to probably give a smart one. But it's like, dang, bro, you just watch somebody explain it. I just said I'm going to continue to ignore it. Like, come on, bro. Do what y'all want to do, bro. Anyways. If y'all got any ideas with stuff, just let me know, bro. Yeah, God bless, bro. Carry on.